to introduce you to a theory or an idea that I came across later than I would have liked in life. It's called Tragedy of the Commons, and it's pretty simple and intuitive. The only thing you have to take for granted to get there is that all the actors in it, or all the people or whatever, are self-serving, or that all people are, I guess you could say, selfish, but selfish has more of a negative connotation. Here I just mean self-serving, meaning they do what works out best for them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that there isn't any altruistic people, but it's just they do what works out best for them. So maybe if doing good things makes them feel good, then they'll continue to do it. But in this example, they're completely self-serving. They're just thinking economically, like what's the trade-off here? So let's see. The example that I was told is you have a road, like a highway, and on one side of the road, it's divided highway, or I guess rather not divided, it's all on one thing. But on one side of this, someone drops from the back of their pickup truck a mattress on the side of the road. So, a big pink one. And so it's kind of halfway in the road, just enough that cars can't get past. So along comes a red car, and it has to wait to get by it, you know. And the other lane can go pretty well, but this guy has to wait. And of course, what does that mean? It means the car behind that has to wait for the red one to go, and that's not another mattress. So, you end up with this big long line of cars. You get it all backed up because every person has to kind of wait for a gap in the other lane. They have to wait for the other lane to be clear. So each one of them, the red car is thinking, well, I could get out and move the mattress, but the amount of time that would take would be longer than probably how long it would take for me to just go around. So he's just going to wait and go around and get back in his lane quick. And, everyone is going to do the same thing because they're all self-serving. They're all thinking in their economic, their time-saving interests. And, for each person, that is the best result. For each individual car, waiting and going around the mattress is what gets them on their way the quickest. But overall, if you total up how many seconds they're all waiting, if he waits 5 seconds instead of I don't know how long it takes to move a mattress, but instead of 30 seconds, or we'll be generous to say a minute, if he has to wait, well, since we're being generous, if he has to wait 15 seconds instead of a minute, and this guy has to wait 15, and you add them all up, then really quickly that gets to be more than the time it takes to just move the mattress. So if the first guy would have thought of this, and invested his time or wasted his time for the good of everyone else, it would have worked. But the idea of Tragedy of the Commons is usually this doesn't happen. And it's been criticized. It's not a solid, foolproof theory, but it's just kind of an idea. And I think the most useful application of this idea, or the way that I would like to see it used, is just as the central reason that we have government. It's if something isn't in any one person's interest, it might not happen. Then we need someone to do that. We need the red car to move the mattress. Like, it's not in anyone's interest to keep the environment clean. All the factories. Let's get a factory going. All the factories are just going to produce smoke because they don't care. It's cheaper to just pollute the air and not worry about it. Um, you know, And so we need the government to say no to that. We need clean energy. Or, if everyone's just on their own in anarchy, then just stealing money is in their interest, and so we need the government to say no, you can't just go steal money. Um, so I don't know. It's not a super useful idea, but I think it's just nice to think about that next time you're in the highway and there's a mattress on the side of the road, maybe you can give this a thought and be the better person here. That's all.